Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us for our virtual instrument fitting night for League City Orchestra. I know it's a really busy and stressful time for everyone's families right now, but we're just so excited about your student joining orchestra and we wish that we could meet them in person. And I just want everybody to know that we're just so excited to have you and it's going to be a great year next year and we're really looking forward to it.
Hi, I'm Mrs. McCoy. I'm one of the orchestra teachers at League City Intermediate, and I'm so glad that you've chosen orchestra as an elective for next year. I hope that you enjoy the videos that we've put together for you, and I think that you'll really have a great time being in our class. So just sit back, watch some videos. That'll help you to decide which instrument you'd like to play, and let us know if you have any questions. Email is a great way to get a hold of us. Thanks. Bye.
Hi there, I'm Miss Driscoll. I'm the other orchestra teacher at League City, and I just wanted to add to what Miss McCoy had to say that, again, we're so sorry that we didn't get to meet you in person, but we just wanted to have you get to see our faces, and we wish we could see your faces, so hopefully we'll all be together soon, and thank you so much again for attending our virtual fitting night.
So here are our email addresses. Email is the best way to get a hold of us if you have any questions anytime. It's easy to reach us there. I did go ahead and print our phone number that's at the school, but obviously we're not on campus right now. But if you would ever need to get a hold of us by phone, there's that information. So today, when you're going through the instrument fitting night, here are the steps you're going to complete. In this presentation, I'm going to discuss how to rent or purchase an instrument. We're going to talk about private lessons briefly, the Booster Club, and then you guys are going to go and watch videos for each instrument. There are 4 different instruments available: violin, viola, cello, and bass. And we have videos from our current students to help your student make a decision about which one's best for them. And you should select your top 2 choices, students. And then you're going to fill out the instrument selection form that's at the very bottom of our website page here. And parents, you'll need to help measure your student at home and record the size to help you set up your instrument rental. So here's the rental information. So we strongly recommend that everyone rents in their first year of playing an instrument. And moms and dads, the main reason is because your student is still growing. I'm sure you're buying new shoes all the time, and your student needs to grow into the bigger instruments. The instruments actually come in different sizes, as demonstrated in this picture. What's pictured here is actually 3 violins, and they're all violins because of the different strings they have on them. They're all the same string, but they are in different sizes for a different sized violin. So please make sure that you consider renting this year while your student is still growing. Everyone will need to rent an instrument. So if you decide to play one of the smaller 2 instruments, which is violin or viola, you will rent an instrument that will go to and from school with you every day. So if you ride in a car, or you walk, or you ride the bus to school, that instrument will come with you. It has little straps to help you carry it. And then we have a cubby in the orchestra room that you will use to hold your instrument. During the day, you'll drop it off, you'll leave it in the cubby, you'll go to your classes, you'll come to orchestra, you'll play, you'll put it back in your cubby, and at the end of the day, you'll pick it up from your cubby and take it home. If you choose to play the cello or the bass, which are the larger of the 2 instruments, those instruments are a little bit more difficult to transport. A bus driver would laugh at you if you tried to bring a bass on the bus. And so we actually have a class set of those instruments that are available, and one will be assigned to your student to use while they're at school. But then you will rent one that you will have at your house so you can practice at home. If you choose cello or bass, you will bring your cello or bass to school 4 times a year for our concerts. Here are our recommended vendors. We strongly recommend Lisle Violin Shop. They're our local area string specialists, and we're going to talk a lot about Lisle today. And then a good secondary choice would be a shop called Music Arts. I would really discourage you against making any internet purchases. Again, purchasing right now is really discouraged because your student is still growing. But basically, when you purchase online, there's no way to tell what kind of quality you're receiving. And a lower quality instrument is noticeable even to a beginning student very early on. And frequently we've seen instruments that are purchased on the internet that have a lot of issues and need a lot of repairs that end up costing more and more than it would have been to just rent an instrument that was good quality and was well cared for. Also, similarly, if there's a shop that you visit that sells things that are not instruments, it's not an instrument shop. And if you purchase an instrument there, it's probably more of a toy than an actual instrument. So costs are a concern, I know. So if you're looking to rent one of the violins or violas, you're going to be looking at $22 to $35 a month, and cellos and basses are $35 to $70 a month. But what this includes, which is great, is it is a rent-to-own process. So you're putting money away every month that's going towards someday you own that instrument. So when your student comes to you and says, "Mom, Dad, I love the viola and I'm going to keep playing all the way through high school. I might even play in college." You've accumulated all this rental credit that can go towards you purchasing an instrument at that store. I will tell you that I am a CCISD alumna, and I am still playing professionally on the instrument that my parents helped me to purchase from renting with Lisle Violin. Also covered are basic maintenance, accidents, and they make deliveries to our shop every week, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. I know that right now, especially in these difficult times, there are some people who are very concerned about being able to afford to be in orchestra. CCISD does a great job of making sure that your student will be included no matter what through a program called CCISD Cares. All you have to do is let us know that you're concerned about being able to afford some of these things, can't afford the instrument, maybe can't afford the supplies, and we are allowed to either give an instrument to you very discounted or completely for free from the school. We just have to hear from you, so please do let us know if we can help you out with this concern. So some advantages that I was mentioning from Lisle Violin: they're family owned and run, and they're local in our area. They do also speak Spanish, and they have an offer. There's a document we have called Supplies for League City Intermediate, and they will have all the supplies that we need for you to get started. Your instrument needs a lot of equipment that comes with it, and Lisle even has some that they throw in for free when you make a rental with them. And all the supplies and the instruments, you're going to be able to order those today. When you finish this process on this website, you're going to be able to make that order today. You can either order on their website, or you can give them a call, and they are taking phone calls right now, even in this current situation. And you'll be able to tell them, "Hi, my student's going to be going to League City Intermediate. She's decided she's going to play the bass. She needs a 1/2 size bass, and we need the supplies, and we need it delivered for August." And they're going to be ready to schedule all that for you right now. You never have to set foot in the store. It's really fantastic. So this slide is for students. Students, what's best for you? So we're getting to the point where you're going to be watching some videos about violin, viola, cello, or bass. I really strongly suggest that you go ahead and watch at least one video of each different instrument. Normally, when we were meeting in person, I would suggest you visit all the stations and try all the instruments, and I wish that you could try them today, but it's just not possible right now. You might surprise yourself that you'll be interested in an instrument that you weren't expecting, and so now is the best time for you to explore those options. You're going to choose your top 2 choices, and there's going to be an instrument selection Google form at the bottom of this website, and that's where you're going to tell us what your top 2 choices were. We picked 2 choices just in case for some reason everyone this year wants to play the viola. I can't really have everyone play the viola, but I will tell you this will be my 12th year at League City, and I've never had to make anyone take their second choice. So you will assume that you will get your first choice today, okay? And you're going to get measured at your house with our measuring chart, and you're going to record the information for the size for both your first and second choices.
Hi guys! This video is a quick demonstration that will show you the difference between a violin and viola. You can't really tell just by looking, so you'll have to use your ears. Here's what a violin sounds like. Next, I'm going to play a viola for you. And I'm going to play the exact same thing. So, I'm going to show you now how the instruments sound so different. This is the violin. If you'll notice, the strings are narrow and thin. But when you look and compare it to the viola strings, the strings are thicker. And that's what makes the strings sound different for each instrument. So hopefully that'll help you decide which instrument you want to play. Thanks!
So on our website here, you will find 3 files that you need to download and save to your computer. There'll be a rental catalog from Lisle Violin that includes their pricing and other information. There'll be a supply package that lists the items that you should also ask for when you contact Lisle for a rental. And the most important document is the measurement chart. You need to download this document today to be able to measure your student at home. So you'll need your student and some kind of measuring device like a measuring tape, a yardstick, maybe even a ruler, so you can make those measurements at home. And once you've finished all the steps on this website, you need to call or get on the internet to reach one of our recommended vendors and make your reservation for your instrument and size. Obviously, right now you cannot visit them in stores, but renting online or calling is the best option. And make your reservation for August. You do not want to start renting your instrument right now or maybe even in May, because then you will pay for May, June, and July when your student's not even playing an instrument yet. So you'll reserve it for August and it'll be waiting for your student on the first day of school. Briefly, a word about private lessons. So what are private lessons? Private lessons are instruction that occurs one-on-one with a qualified teacher and your student. You can do outside of school lessons on nights or weekends, or we have a program called MEF where there are lessons available during the school day. It's kind of like pullouts. So when your student comes to orchestra class, say on Wednesdays, your student would get pulled out by this teacher to work one-on-one in a private lesson. They are for all of our very best students are involved in private lessons. It helps them to improve their skills dramatically. The best thing about private lessons is the one-on-one time with the qualified instructor. If you think about our class sizes, Mrs. McCoy and I deal with classes of about 30 to sometimes 60, and we only have 45 minutes to work with your students each day. If you're doing the math, that means optimistically we might spend 30 seconds to a minute with your student individually each day. And so these private lessons are super helpful to focus on things that your student needs to improve on and to focus on enhancing their strengths. A lot of individual attention, and they gain another adult mentor figure in music. So the difficulty and the reason that I'm bringing this up now is some people wonder if we should start taking private lessons now. If your student's so excited about playing the cello or playing the viola that he or she wants to start today. It's a very personal family decision that I cannot help you to make because I haven't really met your student yet. So there's a pro and a con, and they're actually the same thing. The pro is that you'd be ahead of the beginning classes. The con is that you'd be ahead of the beginning classes. You know your student best. Would he or she be excited to be a leader who already knew all the material that we were going to cover in the beginning class, maybe at first, and they would be willing to help tutor or maybe hand out graded work? Or would your student be someone who was bored, like, oh, she keeps talking about the same things that I already know? The reason your student would be ahead of the class is because even if you started lessons next month, optimistically between May and August, you might get in 14 half-hour lessons, and that's by far less hours on the instruments than a full school year. So you would not be able to likely audition into the next level of orchestras that we have available at our school. So your student would still be in the beginning class where we would start with, here's how to hold the instrument, and here's what a quarter note is. So just think about what is best for your student's personality and whether or not they would want to start lessons. If you're interested in more information, there's going to be a box that you can click in the instrument selection form to indicate if you'd like more information in your email about this. Our Orchestra Booster Club. So our Booster Club is like the PTA, but for the orchestra only. At middle school, there's so many great organizations that are so large and do so many things. We have individual organizations of parents that help support our specific organization. It's a really great way if you've enjoyed being involved in your elementary school students' experience to be involved in their middle school experience. Lots of working parents are concerned that maybe the Booster Club's not for you because you work full-time and you're not sure about what your level of commitment could be. We have all different types of volunteer needs that could be filled with a lot of your areas of expertise, and we would really appreciate you joining our organization. Some membership perks. When you make a donation and join our Booster Club, some membership levels do receive reserved seating at our concerts, and I know that that's a huge perk that a lot of our parents really enjoy. Here are some examples of volunteer positions that we sometimes need to fill through our booster club. Some of them are available after school and on weekends. Some of them are during the day. Some of them can be done remotely. There's something that's available for everyone who's interested in helping. We really appreciate everyone. If fundraising is kind of your thing and you have creative ideas, we're always looking for more ideas for how we can help supplement the activities that the orchestra does together. So if you would like more information or to join the Booster Club, there'll be an option for you to say yes on your instrument selection form when you're asked, and we'll send you some more information about how to sign up and join. If you join now, it's one less document for you to fill out and for you to provide a payment for in the fall, and it's a great way to stay connected and involved in events that we might organize this summer. Another option is we're considering having room parents next year. This would be somebody who is available to come to the school during the day, during your class period, and help with things like making copies or handing out materials or maybe uniforms for your child's class. And again, if you're interested in helping with something like that, or you would be available to give it a shot, you can indicate that interest in your instrument selection form. One quick cancellation. Some of you may have seen or heard about our ice cream social. This was an annual event that we normally do where our new students, you guys, come and meet our current orchestra students and we all have ice cream together. But unfortunately, it was scheduled for April 14th and has had to be canceled. We are considering other options, like maybe doing a similar style social sometime in the summer when it's appropriate for us to gather again, or we might organize something that we could do virtually in a way that's safe and accessible to all students and families. But we'll send you an email if we can think of something. Sorry to cancel. Okay, so we've almost reached the end of this video. Thank you so much for your patience. Here's what to do next. So the first thing on your list was to watch this video, the PowerPoint. You've almost done with that. The next thing you're going to do is view all the instrument videos. Try to watch at least one violin, at least one viola, one cello, and one bass video to help your student make a decision about first and second choice. Even if you think you already know you want to play the bass, you should go ahead and watch the other videos just to be sure that that's the one you want. Then you're going to pick first and second choices. If you have not yet, you should download the rental catalog from Lisle and download the instrument sizing guide. That sizing guide is going to be what helps you to make the measurements for your student first and second choice. Record that measurement information for both choices. Way down at the bottom of this website, there's a button that says Instrument Selection Form. Click that button, and then you're going to fill in all the fields that are available there with your information. Once you hit Submit, it'll thank you, and your submission automatically enters you in a drawing where your student could win a free orchestra shirt or other types of orchestra swag. We're still working out the details for how we would get that prize to you, but you are automatically entered if you submit a form. So we've reached the end. Thank you so much for watching all this information. I hope it was useful to you. If you think of any questions about anything on this whole web page, please email us and we'll get right back to you. And we hope we get to see you all soon, see you actually in person, and we hope everyone stays safe.